What's up, everybody? It's New York Rangers on the ice. I'm sorry about that. What's up, everybody? It's New York Rangers on the ice, brought to you by Out of the Box Sports. We're going to talk about the brutal loss for the New York Rangers. I really don't know what to say about the game. It's really just a horrible loss and a bad showing. The Devils really kicked our ass. Um, so so they really kicked our ass, and unfortunately, the Rangers are a brink of elimination here. They're gonna have to really show me something because the Devils have some massive momentum right now, and you know the Rangers are gonna have to somehow force a game seven. Anything could happen in game seven. So as long as we go to a game seven, you know that's you know that's that's really what I want. Is give us a chance at a game seven to advance the series, and but as the first goal for the Rangers is obviously just a bad break. I mean, you win a face-off and it goes right off Shesterkin, and the New Jersey Devils there score the first goal, like in the first like minute of the game or something like that. So and then they give up a power play goal, um, which is a tough stop. Then they give up a 2-on-1 shorthanded goal. They gave up another goal when the game was pretty much over. It seemed like once the Rangers got down 2-0, it just seemed that that they just fell apart. They didn't know what to do with themselves. Another no-show from Mika and Panarin. They had a good amount of shots, but his goaltender Schmidt has a lot of confidence now, and when they have confidence and they've won three in a row, and the Rangers seem to have no answers for them, especially in this game, where they just totally dropped the ball. I really don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the players. I don't know if it's coaching. But if this continues, Gallant's probably going to get fired. If they get knocked out in the first round, they're probably going to get fired. So, you know, the Raiders are going to have to figure out how to force a game seven here, and I just don't really know how they're going to do that. So, the Rangers really fell apart. I don't know if I can blame them on Shesterkin. There's a couple of saves you should have had, but unfortunately, for the Rangers, they're on the brink of elimination here, and it's just very frustrating as a fan that they play so well in the first two games, and then they have no answers. They lose a tough overtime game. They have no answers whatsoever for the Devils. And in this game, they had absolutely no answers. They couldn't score any goals. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything offensively. It's just, Panarin's being lazy. When they had turnover and give up a shorthanded goal, you can't give up a shorthanded goal in the playoffs. Like it puts your circuit in a horrible position, and you really can't do that. So you know you give the Devils all the credit in the world. They've made an adjustment, and they haven't looked back since. And getting those two games on the road gave them some confidence, and they play like a team with confidence, and the Raiders play like a team with no confidence whatsoever. And I don't know if they're going to be able to respond. They could have getting eliminated, but I don't know what's a wake up call. Maybe losing a close game is okay. Maybe losing 4-0 is a wake up call. You shouldn't really have to say that. Um, you shouldn't have to say that if you're the Rangers. You shouldn't have to do that. And you shouldn't have to you know find a way find a find a way to win or come back like that. I mean, I don't know where their inspired play is. I don't know where there's no sense of urgency still. They have plenty of shots, but it's like they have no idea what to do. They have no remedy, and maybe it comes down to Gallant. Maybe that's what it's going to come down to. Maybe they need a better coach. Maybe Gallant, as Ranger fans know, is very bad at adjustments. He's just not good. So for the Rangers, they're going to have to come up with a miracle and win a game six at home, and maybe they'll win a game seven. But if they're going to continue to do this, play well in the beginning of the series and then not play well consistently for basically, they play well in game three, They didn't play bad. They lost by 1. They played a little worse in game 2, game 4, but they played well. They could have won either game. This game, they played horrible. They were not good whatsoever, really in any phase. I thought, in the beginning when they got the power play, I thought they were going to get some power play goals, and there were opportunities they couldn't score on the power play again. They probably had a bunch of power plays, and now they're probably like over the last 15 or whatever, and that's unacceptable if you're a playoff team. It's I was gonna do a post game last night, but I figured I would do it today just to get some retrospective. The series isn't over. You could still win game 6 and 7. They were down 3-1 last year, but I think this Devils team is a little more poised than the Pens team of last year that we played. So, like, I just don't know what to really say about the game. I was watching the game and just extremely disappointed. And just the eye test, they don't pass the eye test. They look like they're dead. They look like they're totally dead in the water, and they're going to need some miracle. And they're really going to have to show me something because they probably played their worst game of the year and got blown out. When the game, probably should have been closer. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if they're in their own heads. The Devils are playing much better. They're playing much better hockey. They have a lot of confidence, but I don't think it's necessarily anything the Devils are doing. I think the Rangers are letting the Devils dictate the play, and the Devils are a talented hockey team, and they have no answer for Schmid. They just really have no answer whatsoever. So I think Gallant should blow all the lines up. Like, if this isn't working, you better shuffle something up in your top lines and totally switch your power play around. You better come up with something brand new and a strategy that's brand new. But the thing is, I don't know if Gallant's going to be able to do that. I don't know if Gallant's going to be able to make the right adjustment, and that's his flaw as a head coach. He's good in every other aspect, but he doesn't want to make the right adjustment. Like last year, he benched Kakko in the last game versus Tampa Bay, and he was one of our best players. He's probably the best line the Rangers had the whole playoffs last year. So that's a puzzling decision. He hasn't done it this time, but I don't know what to say. If the top lines aren't doing nothing, then put the kid line on the first line or the second line and demote the other lines. You know, keep your first line and then demote the whole second line and make them the third line and give the kid line more time. Because they seem to be when your bottom 6 are the only 2 lines that show up and your top 6 disappears, then something's got to change. He's got to make some kind of radical change. He's got to do something. It's not changing the goaltender. He's going to have to mix something up. He can't go with the same thing every single time and expect a different result. And I have a feeling that if they lose this series, Gallant is bye-bye. He's gone as a Rangers coach. And I think that the Pens let go of Sullivan. I think that's who I would like them to get. But we'll talk about that if the Rangers season ends in Game 6. I don't know what's going to happen in Game 6. I really have no idea. The Devils can kick our ass. The Rangers could, maybe finally got the ass kick in the ass they need. But it shouldn't take that. It shouldn't take that for you to play well when you have a bunch of veterans and good hockey players. Because Zibanejad's been our best player all year, our leading goal scorer, and he doesn't have one goal whatsoever. It's just quite pathetic. Mamu says, "Hello, how are you, Mamu? I hope everything is well. Hope you're having a good day." Obviously, I'm upset that the Rangers lost, but it's not over yet. That's why you play 7 games. I have a feeling this could go 7. If it goes 7, the Rangers win, I'll be a little happier. But I'm still very disappointed with the way they've played. Um, you know, I thought that Kreider's disappeared, Zibanejad's disappeared, Panarin's disappeared. Tarasenko hasn't done anything the past couple of games, so I really don't know what the solution is. And it's very disheartening when you see the Rangers play so well, and then they're just, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I had a bad feeling when they got down 2-0 last night. I had a bad feeling it wasn't going to work out. I'm okay. So, oh no, I don't know. They play. I don't know, maybe they better get better, otherwise they're going to get bounced out of the playoffs. And it's very disappointing for a team as much talent as they have, and that makes me think Gallant isn't making the right adjustments. You know, they played a solid game 3, didn't play as well, but played not bad in game 4, and then played absolutely horrible game 5. It's like it's getting worse and worse and worse. It's like you start at the top, now they're all the way at the bottom on the brink of elimination. That's just it's just very unfortunate. I just want to read one of our sponsors here. Check out MochaColdCoffee.com, the evolution of flavor infused coffee. Hashtag join the cult. And no, we don't mean a cult. We just mean the company, the cult of coffee drinkers. Um, they make a wonderful bourbon chocolate infused coffee. They also have a coconut rum coffee. So use the promo code OOTB Sports at the checkout to get 10% off at monkeycoldcoffee.com. They make excellent coffee, so go on their website today and use promo code OOTB Sports. That's what the Rangers need. They need like 8 cups of coffee before the game so they could play with enough energy. So they need themselves some Monkey Cold Coffee. So, go to their website, monkeycoldcoffee.com, promo code OOTB Sports at the checkout to get 10% off. Yeah, maybe I need to fire them up and slap them in their faces or shake them up or something, you know? Like if I was Gallant, I would embarrass them. I would I would totally like put stuff on their lockers and post that score 4-0. I need to see more. Like I wouldn't be nice with them. I'm sorry, but it's not time to coddle these guys. Oh, it says LOL. It's not time to coddle them, and it's not time to play nice anymore. You know, I think some guys need to be demoted on their lines. I know it's crazy to say, but they haven't been able to score. They have two goals in 3 games. That's totally unacceptable after having 10 in the first 2. It's totally unacceptable. So the Rangers need to recover. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, like I have a bad feeling about it, a bad feeling, a really bad feeling. So let's hope the Rangers can recover here and and do something. Do something. Show me something. Like they just can't. I don't know that like they're just playing uninspired hockey, and um ever since game 3, they have no urgency. I mean, game 4. In game 3, they were all right. I thought it could have went either way. If you would have won in overtime, you would have been up, 3-0 in the series. They could have won the 4th game, and they just didn't win. Well, they got a good whooping. They got their ass kicked 4-0. They got crushed 4-0, and I think that's enough of an ass kicking. I don't know why they just can't play solid and play consistent and just play the way they did the first time. No matter what the Devils are doing, you got to play your game. You got to play. You got to play your brand of hockey. You cannot let the other team dictate the play and make it easier for them by turning the puck over, by not being efficient on offense, by not making them pay when you get a power play. You need to do these things to really prove to yourself and to the fans that you can get it done. So maybe going back game 6, going home to Madison Square Garden, maybe it'll be the same type of thing. Maybe they'll win 4-1, 3-0 or something like that. Because you know they got to show their fans that they're meant to be there, and they're playing like they're not even meant to be in the playoffs. Says their heads not in it. They're on vacation in their mind or something. It's like when they got up 2-0, they got complacent and they got lazy and thought, oh, we won 5-1 both games. This will be easy. Nope. If you don't do the same things and do what you have to do and, take advantage of your opportunities, especially in the playoffs, you ain't going nowhere. So they deserve to lose. They deserve to get their ass kicked. And to be honest, they don't deserve to win this series. The Devils do. The Devils have won 3 in a row. But it's not often that the Rangers lose 3 or 4 in a row. They lose 3 in a row. It only happened a couple of times during the season. So, are they going to lose 4 in a row? I really don't know. And they should be plenty motivated. If they go and get down, this is very lazy. If they go and get down again a couple of goals, I think they're in big time trouble at home. I don't think they'll be able to come back. I think they're so unconfident and so lost as to what to do. I don't know. They're gonna have to get up in the hockey game and really play a game like they played game 1 and 2. They're gonna have to have that type of performance, because to be honest, I think they're making it a little too easy for the Devils. Not that the Devils haven't played well, not that Schmidt hasn't played well, but they just haven't been able to respond at all, especially in this last game. It's just really a shame. You had a 2-0 lead, and it's a total collapse right now. Total collapse, total implosion by them. And that makes me think, maybe this is a coach need to do something. Yeah, but that's the thing. Gallant is stuck with Patrick Kane, who maybe he was a Blackhawk. Patrick Kane's a Zibanejad, Panarin, Fox, and then Kreider. And that power play before the playoffs was 3 for 30 going into the playoffs. And that's the same power play that's returned. And Gallant hasn't changed it at all. He hasn't changed the units at all. He always wants to stick with it because they're all Panarin's a really good player because a great player. Kane is a playoff legend, but he's older. Kreider is the playoff leader in goals for the Rangers. He's like their leader. I think they need to put Tarasenko on you and change it up. If your first unit is not doing it, then use your second unit. Use your second power play unit. And for some reason, Gerard Gallant refuses to do that. He refuses to make that change. And that's a coaching thing. He wants to change up, the regular lines, but he doesn't want to change anything up on the power play. Says, dang, he needs to. He just, like I said, he's got to do something drastic, because if Panarin's going to play the way he does, he deserves to be demoted. I don't care how he feels about it. I would put him on the third line and move Kakko up or Lafreniere just to prove a point. If it's not working anyway, I don't expect trying the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. You have to try something totally different. He needs to change the lines up or, play the third line, which is Lafreniere, Kakko, and Hedel more. Play them the most instead, and then if they win game 6, you stick with that. But you got to make a change like the Devils did. The Devils changed up their lines, changed up their defensive pairings. They changed their goaltender. So, Lindy Ruff has made the adjustments and Gallant hasn't made one adjustment yet. And I don't know if he really has an answer. And that's really his weak spot. That's really his weak point is that. He just, I don't know, he's just not good on adjustments. He's good at every other area. He's just not good at making adjustments, and that's not good in the playoffs. As in a situation like this, he's going to have to prove to me, that he can really do it. That's what he's going to have to prove, to be honest. So For the Rangers, they need to have a much better start to Game 6. They really need to score the first goal. They need to get the crowd behind them. They need a little momentum. And the Devils, it's totally lopsided. Like the momentum they have is absolutely massive and gigantic, and it's really not good. So I'll go another 5-10 minutes here. But like I said, I was more pissed off last night, and I kind of realized they were down 3-1 last year, and we were able to come back and force a Game 7 and win Game 7. If they could do that again, that would be really nice. It says just see a loss every time without change. Yep. Yeah, Mino says, see that in football with the Bears. Yeah, the Bears actually had a good pick yesterday. Not to get off kilter. And also at 6:45, Big Blue Power Hour is doing a NFL live draft stream for rounds 2 and 3. So I and some other people from Out of the Box Sports will be on from 6:45 until the third round ends. And we're near the end of the third round, so they had a good pick. But I'll talk about that at 6:45. It's also going to be on Out of the Box Sports. Big Blue Power Hour. We're gonna have a fun doing the live draft. It should be quicker than 4 hours last night. Then we said, well, that's good. Okay, yep. Yeah, busy day here. I gotta do this stream, and then I'm doing a couple hour stream for the draft. It's at 6:45, so I'll get a little bit of a break. But it should be fun. But like I said, all credit to the Devils. They've played well. You have to give them some credit. They've totally outplayed the Rangers, especially in this last game. The Rangers need to, pick themselves up by their bootstraps and somehow figure a way to turn this around. And if they can go out and have a good performance and win Game 6, I'll feel a little bit better about this team. Like that's the way it was last year. Last year they were down 3-1 to the Pens, and then they won a game, and they won another game, and they won 3 in a row. So that's kind of what they need to do again. They've done it before. They were there last year in a situation last year, being a different team. That's just the way it goes. Leo says, yeah, they sure do. So want to let's read a couple more sponsors before I go here, then we'll close it out. 1-800, if you ever need some legal help, 1-800-123, attorney Big Al Jason Fine. You can give Jason a call 24/7 directly at 267-962-4895, or Paul at 267-3037-324 for a free consultation. They will help you out with any of your legal needs. If you need a lawsuit, if you need some legal help, you need a lawyer to help you out. Hopefully you never do, because that could be a whole long, annoying process that you have to do sometimes. But they have locations in the Philadelphia, PA area, the Cherry Hill, New Jersey area, and the Pittsburgh, PA area, and they have you covered in those areas. So 1-800 123 attorney Big Al. And then also, if you want to help out and donate to Not Your Average Janes, they're a girls travel softball league. As you know, all the equipment can be expensive. Baseball, softballs, cleats, bats, any kind of equipment like that, gloves, all that stuff is pretty expensive. So contact Ken Fry directly, or Paul Spencer at Out of the Box Sports to donate. Ken Fry does the Bat Cave, which is all about the Mets and baseball. He also does other stuff, and he does Vegas sports scene. So the Raiders, the Golden Knights, anything to do with Vegas sports. He does that on Saturdays at 10 p.m. But help out your average James if you want to help out. All right, well, I'm going to finish up here. Abysmal performance by the New York Rangers. It should be pretty embarrassed that they showed a horrible performance like that. I think that they really need to figure out what the hell they're going to do. So I just hope they can win Game 6. I will be on the pregame for Game 6 as well. Time to be determined. I have to see what's going on that day with on Out of the Box Sports with the other streams. So it should be about 2 hours before game time, hour and a half, 2 hours before game time. I will be posting it on my social sites, on my Twitter, at Danny underscore wheels on Twitter, and my Facebook. So look out for the pregame. But thank you everybody for joining me. Go Rangers! It's not over yet. Maybe there's a little bit glimmer of hope. You have to keep it in perspective. It's never going to be easy. So let's hope the Rangers can force a game 7 and gain some confidence and not get knocked out, losing 4 in a row after being up 2-0. And to me, that makes me think, let's go far. But go Rangers. Thank you for joining me. And everybody have a good day.